Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Rick Davis, and I'm the Dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts at George Mason University and the Executive Director of the Hilton Performing Arts Center. For accessibility purposes, I'd like to take this moment to introduce and describe a little bit about myself. I'm a white man with very little hair, wearing a lavender shirt and a purple tie. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And behind me is the house of Merchant Hall at the Hilton Performing Arts Center. If you should need it, automatic closed captioning is available on Facebook only. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the gear in the bottom right of your video screen for settings and toggle the captions button to on. For those of you viewing on YouTube, please visit the event on our Facebook page to access automatic closed captioning. And welcome to the season preview of the 10th anniversary season, of the Hilton Performing Arts Center. It's so great to be coming to you live from the stage of Merchant Hall, and I have to say that really is Merchant Hall back there. It's not a green screen TV weathercaster background. The great Hilton Center crew is here all over the building and behind stage, working the monitors and lights. Everybody's wearing masks, of course, being very safe, keeping their distance, because, as you well know, this is a time like no other in our history. We're fond of saying the arts create community, and we feel that so keenly now. Not only has COVID-19 upended all of our lives and changed the way we think about so many things we used to take for granted, but the quest for social and racial justice that took wing this summer has created an important opportunity for introspection and positive action as well. We are here to say tonight, unequivocally, that we are more committed than ever to creating community, to creating a broad, deep, diverse, rich community in the midst of these challenges and opportunities. And we invite you to be part of this exciting and important effort. The way we create community in the arts, of course, is by making and presenting art, bringing people together in new constellations, sharing experiences, emotions, histories, ideas. This is work that humankind has called on artists to do for thousands of years across all cultures. And we couldn't do this work at the Hilton Center without the generous help from some folks who share our vision of a strong and vibrant community, starting with the sponsor of this season announcement event, Alliant Wealth Advisors.
Alliant Wealth Advisors would like to congratulate the Hilton Performing Arts Center on celebrating its 10th anniversary season. We're proud to sponsor this evening's event. And you know what? We're looking forward to seeing what's coming to the Hilton Center this season.
And we'd also like to offer a special thanks to our 2020-2021 season sponsor, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
At FH Fur, we're proud to give back and play a role in the Northern Virginia community that has contributed to our success for more than 35 years. We also value the arts and feel they play a vital role in shaping and connecting our community. We're veteran-owned and operated and proudly serve families like yours throughout the region. Our knowledge, experience, and professionalism are the hallmarks of our success in serving patrons like you. When it comes to community involvement, we feel we must do our part and give back to the communities that have supported us for over 35 years. We hope you enjoy this season at the Hilton Performing Arts Center as much as we enjoy sponsoring it.
And I'd also like to thank our other sponsors for the various programs here at the Hilton Center, like the Veterans in the Arts Initiative and the Education Initiative and the artistic programming like Matinee Idols and American Roots, Carol Merchant Kirby and Peter Kirby, Dominion Energy, Insight Wealth Management, Safeway Foundation, Novec, Miller Toyota of Manassas, Buck and Julie Waters, Randall and Anna Edwards, the City of Manassas, Meridian Financial Partners, United Bank, Guitar and Accessories Marketing Association, Azalea Charities Incorporated, Frankie Lash Sr., Chairman and Founder, the Mid-Atlantic Arts Foundation, the National Endowment for the Arts, and the Virginia Commission for the Arts. Thank you to each and every one of those fine people and organizations for the vital support that you give our work here at the Hilton Center. And of course, tonight we especially want to thank our friends, the friends of the Hilton Center, whose philanthropic support is truly the foundation of our success. You know, when I introduce a show here on this stage, I often say, if you're a friend, make some noise. And invariably, the audience erupts with cheering and applause as all of our friends salute the Hilton Center and themselves. And then I say, now, if you're not a friend, if you didn't applaud, turn to the person next to you and find out why they became a friend. And we gain friends every time when people tell the story of why they're a friend of the Hilton Center. Now, tonight's event, the season preview, used to be an exclusive event, a live event for the Friends of the Hilton. But in these unique and challenging times, we want to share this news more widely. So we're opening it up to the whole world, and our friends are with us all the way. You know, a 10th anniversary is a symbol of the permanence of the Hilton Center. This is a story that actually began more than 30 years ago in Prince William County in the city of Manassas, and very soon thereafter involved George Mason University and the Commonwealth of Virginia in an amazing partnership. The 10th anniversary is something really to celebrate and really to think about. And your support is even more crucial than ever to ensure that the Hilton Center continues to serve the community as a vibrant hub of culture, of community for years and decades to come. Special benefits will be available for Friends of the Hilton Center this season. Copper Circle members will enjoy 3 exclusive online events this fall in lieu of the wonderful Copper Circle dinner, which we will get back to as soon as possible. Friends will get access to purchase tickets before anyone else. And in order to receive the special Friends-only code for ticket purchases, you can join tonight or renew your membership online anytime at hiltoncenter.org/give. That's hiltoncenter.org/give. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce someone that many of you know, someone who's been working unbelievably hard and with great creative energy ever since March when the pandemic forced us to close our doors. And she has made amazing decisions and worked with artists all over the world to create what you're about to hear about. And you'll recognize some of the artists, and you'll see some great new faces and voices as well. Please bring on Adrienne Bryant-Godwin, our Director of Programming. Adrienne?
Thank you so much, Rick, for that great introduction. And hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for this very special and unique season preview. First, I'll take a moment to introduce myself. I am a white woman with red hair and a black shirt and a turquoise necklace. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm speaking to you tonight from my home office, which has a bookshelf behind me, a variety of desks, and unfortunately pales in comparison to Rick's background, but we're all making do right now. Tonight is a momentous occasion for a few reasons. First, as Rick mentioned, we're looking forward to celebrating 10 years of serving our community as a Creative Commons, a gathering place for artists and patrons and students and families. Over these past few months, we've been thinking a lot about the importance of gatherings and what it means to come together to experience the arts. And without the ability to safely gather in our theaters, we've had to completely reimagine how we serve our mission and how we serve you, our community. So tonight, I am thrilled to share with you our plans for the 2020-2021 season. We obviously live in a very different world than we did 5 months ago when we would have originally announced our season. And so our 10th anniversary looks very different from what we had planned to announce in April. Even though we are experimenting with some different formats to meet the needs and interests of our diverse patrons, I believe that at the core, our season continues to reflect our commitment to inspire, educate, and enrich and enhance the community with unique artistic experiences. So let me tell you a little bit about what we've been working on these past few months. Last December, we opened a gorgeous new 17,000 square foot education and rehearsal wing, and you might have thought that we were done expanding our footprint at that time. However, I'm pleased to announce that we have another new venue to introduce you to, which we call Hilton on the Hill. So this October, we're planning a trio of performances which will be set on the hill just behind the Hilton. We've been working hard to create a safe environment where we can all gather together, physically distanced and with masks on, and enjoy some incredible performances in the open air together. So bring your blankets or chairs, and we'll look forward to welcoming you for 3 unique performances. On October 4th, we'll be presenting Baltimore-based acoustic roots quartet Charm City Junction, who some of you might remember. They were an audience favorite in our American Roots series a few years ago. And then on October 11th, I am just honored to welcome the Grammy Award-winning ensemble Rinky Tanky for their Hilton debut. And then on October 18th, bring the whole family to see The Queen's Cartoonist, a jazz sextet who play music from classic cartoons performed in front of an LED screen, so you can watch the cartoons truly come to life in a unique way. So tickets for these Hilton on the Hill performances are available starting tonight in about 45 minutes at 8 p.m., but only for friends of the Hilton Center. They'll go on sale to our subscribers on Thursday and on Friday to the general public. Now, we only have a limited capacity of 200 tickets, and we do expect these to go fast. So if you're interested in attending the concerts and you're not currently a friend, please do consider joining tonight. You can find more information on our website, as Rick mentioned. And on our website, you'll also find some more information on what to expect at these outdoor performances. And we'll talk a little bit more about ticketing later in tonight's broadcast. So another venue we're making use of isn't actually at the Hilton at all, but in our community at large. So in an effort to get out into the region and reach patrons who might otherwise be unable to attend performances right now, the Hilton is partnering with world-renowned organist Cameron Carpenter to bring pop-up performances around Prince William County in October. Now, Cameron is a virtuosic musician who has risen to the top in his field, playing with many of the major orchestras across the world. And when the pandemic hit, he decided to change his touring model altogether. He turned a flatbed truck into his stage, and on it, he has the International Touring Organ, a digital organ which took about 10 years and over $2 million to build. So now he's using this mobile performance unit as a way to bring inspiring and uplifting music to people who need it the most right now. So on October 23rd, Cameron will be performing free performances for a variety of retirement communities and hospitals across the county. So keep a lookout for an organ on a truck driving by if you're out and about that day. For those of you who are more comfortable enjoying their artistic experiences in their own homes, I'm pleased to share with you Hilton at Home, a digital platform which will host performances and other exclusive content geared specifically for our audiences. Much of this programming is available for free. However, our friends and subscribers will have access to a variety of exclusive conversations with world-renowned artists. There will be 2 digital performances that will be ticketed and available to experience behind a paywall, but those tickets will go on sale a little bit later in the fall. So now take a look at what we've got in store for the next couple of months. So I encourage you all to keep an eye on your inbox and on our social media pages for updates to Hilton at Home programming, as we will be continuing to announce additional content throughout the fall. And I did want to mention a new speaker series that I'm particularly excited about, which is still coming together, and it's entitled The Artist Activist, Centering Black Voices. This series will feature nationally renowned artists speaking about the intersections between the creative sector and social justice movements, using their artistic practice as a jumping off point. And a group of incredibly intelligent and thoughtful Mason faculty members are curating this series, which will be free and open to the public and streamed on Hilton at Home. So we'll be sharing details with you in the weeks to come as they come together. I also wanted to take a moment to highlight one artist in particular that you saw in the video. Step Africa, an ensemble based in DC, is the first professional dance company in the world dedicated to the tradition of stepping, which is a polyrhythmic percussive dance form that uses the body as an instrument. The company has performed across the world in South Africa, Jordan, Ghana, Croatia, Ukraine, beyond, and their energetic performances draw an enthusiastic response wherever they go. And this fall, I'm pleased to announce that Step Africa will be a Mason artist in residence, and we will be supporting them as they develop and film an evening-length recording of one of their most popular works, which will be screened for free on Hilton at Home this December. And throughout the fall, the company will be conducting a virtual residency, which is a first for us, bringing their joyous movement and technical precision to a variety of our community members through online masterclasses, lecture demonstrations, and more. Now, as we look to the spring, we are, of course, eyeing the progress of the COVID-19 pandemic very closely. With that said, we are hopeful that the artists you're about to see will be able to join us in venues. So here's a look at the artists we hope to present in person and inside in spring 2021.
The Hilton Performing Arts Center is celebrating its 10th anniversary with its best season yet. Join us in 2021 for a remarkable lineup of artists from Broadway and around the world. Whether you snap your fingers along to bold and brassy jazz or revel in the rich sound of an orchestra, the Hilton Center is for you. If you love laugh-out-loud comedy or delight in experiencing other cultures through their vibrant music and dance, the Hilton Center is for you. Celebrate the 10th anniversary season with a sensational performance from Broadway superstar Leslie Odom Jr., best known for his Tony Award-winning performance as Aaron Burr in Hamilton. Odom Jr. presents a concert of Broadway hits, jazz standards, and American songbook classics. Become a classical music insider with virtuoso pianist Jeffrey Siegel. Popular with classical music lovers and newcomers alike, his unique Concerts with Commentary format gives the story behind the music. In the spring, he brings a concert entitled The Romantic Connection, which features work by important piano composers of the Romantic period, including Chopin, Schumann, and Liszt. Welcome the royal family of guitar, the Romeros, for their 60th anniversary tour. This quartet of Spanish guitarists encompasses 3 generations of virtuosos in one incredible family. Joining this veritable institution of classical guitar is multiple Grammy Award-winning mezzo-soprano Isabel Leonard, a multifaceted artist with a honeyed voice. Together, Leonard and the Romeros will electrify the stage. From political satire and innovative new works to some of the best in modern and Irish dance, this season's theater and dance performances will dazzle and delight. Palaboulis has been knocking down artistic barriers everywhere from Broadway to the Oscars to the Olympic Games. To celebrate their 50th anniversary, this innovative dance company brings a program of trailblazing classics and new works to the stage. Palaboulis effortlessly blends theatricality, poetic movement, and a sheer physical strength that defies gravity.
No matter
Dust off your tiara with this concert in which 3 of Broadway's original princesses perform their signature songs as well as many other treasured musical theater numbers.
Made the country greater, there's employment.
The Capitol Steps returns for another roasting. Washington's premier political satire troupe has been putting the mock in democracy for more than 30 years. Nowhere on the political spectrum is safe from their clever parodies, hilarious skits, and tongue-in-cheek musical numbers. Stroll down memory lane in this behind-the-scenes look at one of America's best-loved TV shows. From Greg Oppenheimer, son of the creator of the iconic sitcom, comes the extraordinary story behind I Love Lucy. Umbrellas fly, fabrics soar over the audience, giant balloons swallow people, and snow swirls, filling the stage with a spectacle the whole family will enjoy. Without words, the acro-buffos enrapture audiences with a beautiful visualization of air itself. This physical comedy troupe presents a stunning visual poem that brings to life the very air we breathe.
A new era for Irish dance. Epic.
Get ready for Velocity Irish Dance, a high-octane celebration of the past, the present, and the future of Irish dance. In their exhilarating performance, 2 dancing wunderkinds are joined on stage by an incredible Celtic band, a scratch DJ, and other award-winning hoofers. They dance at lightning-fast speeds for heart-pounding entertainment with an extra helping of soul. The Hilton Family Series is the perfect way to introduce kids to the arts. With his duffel coat and battered hat, the ever-polite Paddington Bear has delighted audiences for over 6 decades with his well-intended misadventures. Now is your chance to see the marmalade-loving bear on stage in his newest escapade, Paddington Gets in a Jam. Don't miss this richly imaginative musical adaptation of the beloved storybook Giraffes Can't Dance, told with puppets, African rhythms, and of course, dancing. In this celebration of the book's 20th anniversary, Giraffes Can't Dance encourages Gerald and audience members of all ages to dance to the beat of their own unique drums. The Hilton's American Roots series features up-close and down-home concerts with the best of bluegrass, folk, country, blues, and more. Duo Duo is a vibrant quartet that playfully blends acoustic guitar, cello, harp, and percussive dancing for a delightful night of music and dance. The foursome includes 2 innovative duos, harpist Maeve Gilchrist and percussive dancer Nick Garais, plus the husband and wife team of cellist Natalie Haas and acoustic guitarist Jan Falquette. The 2021 season at the Hilton Center offers these performances and so much more, including our Matinee Idol series and a diverse array of programming from our arts partners. This season, we're grateful to celebrate 10 years with a season of diverse arts and entertainment. We hope you'll help us celebrate our 10th anniversary season and can't wait to see you at the Hilton Performing Arts Center.
So there are a few artists that weren't included in that last video that I want to be sure to mention. First of all, 15-time Grammy Award-winning banjo virtuoso Bela Fleck will make his Hilton debut on March 21st, alongside his wife and fellow folk superstar Abigail Washburn. This is a Hilton Extra performance that was rescheduled from this past spring, so we're excited that they're able to join us next spring. On January 30th, the Israel Symphony Orchestra will perform an all-Beethoven program featuring 3 monumental works, including the beloved Symphony No. 5. And finally, our Matinee Idol series will continue with a program featuring soloists from the Virginia Opera in February, and in May, a performance by acclaimed vocalist Lena Sikely and some of the area's most talented jazz musicians. But before we go any further, I'd like to acknowledge that this season that we're presenting tonight could never have come to fruition without a few key players. I want to reiterate Rick's gratitude to the donors, sponsors, and funders who have continued to show their support these past few months by believing in our mission and by believing in us that we would be able to continue carrying it out in these trying times. I want to thank the artists that we have the honor of presenting this season and their support staffs who are facing extreme adversity right now, but who are persevering and constantly amaze me with their innovative spirit. And finally, I want to thank the incredible staff of the Hilton Center who have worked tirelessly over the past 5 months to bring this 10th anniversary season to you. They were faced with countless challenges along the way. I'm sure there's many more challenges to come as we all figure this out. But it's been truly inspiring to see their determination to get back to what we all love best, live performances. So I think we all know that if one thing is certain during this pandemic, it is uncertainty. We've tried to address this with our revised ticketing policies, which I'll take a little bit of time to go over now, but please note that all of this information is available on our website, hiltoncenter.org. To begin, the ticket office has officially reopened, and their hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You may contact them by visiting in person with your mask on, of course, by giving them a call or by emailing hilton@gmu.edu. As I mentioned before, tickets for Hilton on the Hill events go on sale tonight at 8 p.m. only to friends of the Hilton. You should have received a code in your email, which gives you access to this priority period. But if you can't seem to find your code, don't worry. You can give the ticket office a call tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. and you'll still have a full day to purchase your tickets. We are continuing the subscriber status from the 2019-2020 season. So anyone that was a subscriber last season will be able to purchase tickets to these performances starting at 10 a.m. this Thursday. And then the general public will be able to purchase tickets starting at 10 a.m. this Friday. Now, to give you a better idea of how the seating will be set up, we will have circles spray painted onto the hill, which can accommodate up to 4 people. Because of this, ticket purchases are restricted to a maximum of 4 tickets at a time. So larger parties will need to make multiple transactions. You will not be asked to sit in a circle with someone who is not in your party or household. And on the night of the performance, seating is first come, first served upon arrival. So again, to find this information, as well as a complete list of the safety precautions we're abiding by and frequently asked questions, please visit our website. Now, tickets will be on sale later this fall for the digital concerts that you saw mentioned, and also for the indoor performances for the spring. And for the spring, we will have priority purchasing periods set up again, and you'll get plenty of heads up about this once we set that date. Now, given the state of the world, we want you to feel completely comfortable purchasing your tickets. So if we are forced to cancel a performance due to COVID, either because an artist has to cancel their tour or because of local or national safety regulations, please know that we will continue to offer the same flexible options that we have over the past few months. So if we're forced to cancel, you can either receive a credit for a future performance, donate the cost of your ticket to support our ongoing programs and operations, and we certainly hope you'll consider that option, or you can receive a full refund. Now, that's a lot of information. So please know that we're here to guide you through these new processes that we are all still learning and becoming familiar with. So please do reach out to our ticket office with any questions that you might have. Now, many of you might know the Hilton as the artistic home to several incredible local arts organizations. So now I'm going to invite Rick back onto the screen to give a little bit more information on some of the programming plans for the Hilton's art partners. And after that, we'll take a few questions. So Rick, over to you.
Well, Adrian, congratulations on a dynamite presentation of a terrific season. I am so excited to see both the digital content that is coming and to see how we're experimenting with so many different formats. A great live performance is one thing, but the chance to actually be up close and personal over your computer screen with a renowned artist in a Q&A situation is something that is really special. And one of the things we talk about all the time is, what are we learning from this time, from the restrictions that this time has imposed on us and the innovative solutions? What are we learning that we can take forward into the era of normalcy whenever that returns fully? And I think this is one of those things, the idea that great content can be wonderful and highly accessible online, and you can actually add value that is not always available in person. So that I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about Hilton on the Hill. I can't wait to see. I've been staring at that hill for years, thinking, what are we going to do with that thing other than mow it? And it's a great spot, and it's right, literally just behind our theater.
And it will be mowed, by the way. We're going to make sure that we mow it before these performances. So.
Very good. So Adrian mentioned our wonderful arts partners. The arts partners and the affiliate organizations are part of the artistic fabric of the Manassas and Prince William community of the region. And they're really fundamentally one of the key reasons that the Hilton Center exists. So I'd just like to take a moment to remind you to check with these organizations, because they have been doing amazing jobs at trying to figure out how do you handle this pandemic, just like we have. So I encourage you to visit the websites of ASAF Dance Ensemble, the Creative and Performing Arts Center, the Manassas Ballet Theater, the Manassas Chorale, the Manassas Symphony Orchestra, Prince William Little Theater, and the Youth Orchestras of Prince William. These are all such an important part of our mission, and they have been being so creative, both in partnering with us on the Hilton at Home presentations during the summer and ongoing during the fall. And then, of course, as we all hope for, a return to live performance in the spring of 21. And if you look at our website, you'll see that these arts partners have performances scheduled in spring 21, and we have every intention of making those happen in the spring. So that is something to look forward to. And now I'd like to say that it's your turn to ask questions. If you have been following the chat on Facebook, you might have posted a question or two, and we will be happy to take them. And by the way, we have an FAQ section linked in the comments. So if anything we can't answer or won't answer, that we don't get to, that'll be there. So
we have our first question in, actually, Rick. Which is someone asked, can we bring wine and snacks to the Hilton on the Hill performances? Which is a great question. Unfortunately, no food is permitted at these events. And this is in order to enable or to allow audience members to wear face coverings as much as possible to ensure everyone's safety. So water bottles are allowed and welcome. And I'll also use this opportunity to say that these performances will be around an hour. So they won't be a 2 or 3 hour affair. So you will have opportunities to eat and drink before and after the performance, just not in your circle.
Here's a good question that came in, and I think it reflects back on some of the things we were talking about earlier. The question has to do with our strong connections with the schools and community programs, and the question is, what, if anything, is the Hilton doing for the schools this fall? And before I turn the mic over to Adrian again to answer with a couple of specifics, I just wanted to give a shout out to our patron community. Many of you, I'm sure, watching tonight were part of the Hilton Center Gala, which also transmogrified into an online event this July, and it was amazingly successful. We had wonderful performances, both live and taped. We had food delivered to your home as a member of the Gala community, and we did something that we frankly didn't know if it would work. We had our famous Raise the Paddle live auction, and this year it was to support our education initiative, which has been such a profound part of our mission, really since the beginning, but it's accelerated quite a bit over the last several years. And I'm just blown away by the fact that we raised, thanks to you, $36,000 in a matter of a few minutes online. And that just gives you an idea of how important the education initiative is, both to us here at the Hilton Center and to our community. So, Adrian, what are we doing about that this fall?
Sure. So, as many of you hopefully know, we do have really strong connections with our local school system. And usually throughout the season, there are many mornings when we have busloads of kids that arrive to see performances of all different styles. And we fill the house. And it's one of my favorite times at the Hilton, I have to say, to see all of these young people, some of who have never been to a theater before, some who are very familiar with theater. So when we were grappling with what to do for the fall, I will have to give a shout out to my amazing colleague, Marit Majeski, who's our education coordinator, who spent a lot of time speaking with the schools about what would work best for them. Of course, there was a lot of uncertainty around what their school year would look like as well. So we have worked with several artists, and we will be providing a variety of different digital content to schools to use in an asynchronous fashion. And we've come up with some pretty creative ways to allow them to interact with the artists and ask them questions about their performances that will be shared. In addition, we'll be offering a variety of different professional development courses to teachers to both help them know how to best share this digital content and make those curricular connections, but also to use music and the arts as a way to reduce stress and anxiety in these trying times. So Marit has done an amazing job, and thanks to the support that we had that was shown at the gala, we will continue to have an incredibly robust educational program this year.
All right, great. And I'm looking forward to eavesdropping on some of those experiences as well. So we also have a question, very important logistical question. Will there be bathroom access for the outdoor performances? And happily, the answer is yes. Adrian, do you want to give any details on that?
Sure. Yes, bathrooms will be in Beacon Hall, which is right next to the field, and we will have social distancing in place in the bathrooms, and an usher will control entry to ensure that there are no crowds in the bathroom.
That's fantastic. That just actually emphasizes something that I wanted to underscore what Adrian was saying. We're going to do this safely. We're going to do this in a way that's both safe and satisfying. I like that pair of formulations. And it's just really important that we make that clear. We're not going to do anything that knowingly puts our artists, our audiences, or our staff at any increased risk. We're going to do this the right way, and that's part of it. Here is a question coming in about the affiliate arts, one of our wonderful affiliate arts groups, Pied Piper Theater. What about those performances? And I think that falls into the same category what I talked about earlier. Things that are on the books for spring are on the books, and we are going to do everything we can to make sure that those performances go forward. We look forward to a robust spring programming. Oh, okay. This is the great question for all outdoor performance companies. Rain or shine? Rain or shine?
That's a great question. If it is raining, we will not have performances because our stage that we will have will not be covered, so it won't be safe for the artist, and I doubt it would be very enjoyable for the audience as well. We will be making that call by 8 a.m. on the day of the performance, and so you will be notified if you are a ticket holder. We'll also announce via social media what our plans are. And if we do have to cancel performances, you will again have those three options that we mentioned before, which is you can get a credit for a future performance, you can make a donation of the amount of that ticket, or you can receive a full refund. And I'll just say that, as we are looking at all of these performances coming up, if they do have to be canceled, we are working with all of these artists to come up with creative solutions to continue to engage them, either through a rescheduled performance or through a digital option, which you would have the option to purchase a ticket to separately. So we're just trying to think on our feet and continue to think outside of the box.
So the Hilton on the Hill venue is going to be really striking looking. There'll be a stage platform sort of on our end, the theater side of the hill, and then on the slope of the hill will be these beautiful, brightly painted circles that will really identify where people can sit and how much distance is going to be between the circles. And I think it'll look kind of weird when there's nobody sitting in them. But once we have a crowd in there, I think it's going to look really festive, and it'll give really clear guidance for the audience members in terms of where you can be. So I think it'll be very effective.
And Rick, I just wanted to add one thing about safety protocols, which is, of course, we're not in a stagnant situation right now. So we will be constantly reevaluating what is necessary, both with university and also with local, state, national governments. So this is really going to be an ongoing conversation. And anyone that's a ticket holder to one of these events will receive an email prior to the performance, just outlining what the most up-to-date safety protocols are so that we're all on the same page and we can have a safe and comfortable experience together.
Great. Well, we would like to just take this opportunity to thank everybody for tuning in. I trust you will be on the phones and online starting at 8 o'clock tonight. Know that Adrian and I are accessible to you. If you have additional questions, certainly feel free to use, if you know our GMU emails, or just email hilton@gmu.edu. We're very eager to answer any additional questions you have. And I just, Adrian, once again, congratulations on assembling a terrific fall and an even more exciting spring. And we look forward to truly celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Hilton Performing Arts Center.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.